All right, more projects. What's that little dealie there? Let me show you. I have to dig a trench from some PVC pipe that I stubbed years ago when we built the pool, and they had all these lines running up and down here, all these trenches. So I utilized their trenches to put my drip down there. This sucker goes all the way up to my water supply. It's not connected there, but I have to turn the water off to connect it. So I'm waiting for Mama and the Colbers to go to karate. So what I have to do is dig a ditch all the way up to a pipe that's stubbed in there underneath our driveway. So it's late summer and this stuff is rock hard. So what I did is I dug a little brow ditch here. I'm gonna run water down this thing, just trickling for a few hours. And what it'll do, it'll absorb in the ground, making it a lot easier for me to dig a ditch. I definitely want trees around the outside of the driveway, kind of leading you in as you come into the house. So I will put another T here with a sprinkler valve different times so we can catch that. It'll keep sinking all the way down, softening the sand underneath, making it easier for me to dig a trench here. So we have a super fast brook right here in the desert, and it's been about an hour. I've left it like this, and it's going into the ground and not even continuing past this point. There's no flow. So all of this is ready to be dug out, and then this will be next. So let's do some digging. So just to give you an idea, those scoops I just did, this dirt was rock hard. And those scoops were super easy because the water has been soaking in there. I better move that shovel. My dog will run into that. All right, yeah, look at that. Just a couple seconds, dug that thing 8 inches deep. So I'm actually gonna turn the water up a little bit so it bypasses this better and just starts to get this bottom section, because I've only got a couple hours of light left and I wanna come back out here and get this ditch done tonight. Crank it up a little bit, take a look at it. Yeah, that's a little better. Now, I realize some of you guys are saying, hey, just bust out a pickaxe and dig that ditch, get it done. Well, I'm doing it the easy way. And I'm not wasting time in between, because as the water softens the dirt for me, I'm doing other stuff. So I'm accomplishing two things at once. Get him. Okay, the odd couple's here helping me. She just got fixed 2 weeks ago. She still has stitches in, but it's been 2 weeks, so I think it's good. All right, so this top part got nice and moist. I'm gonna move the hose down because I'm running into dry dirt down here. And I'm gonna soak this and then get this thing done. We'll finish this, we'll get it all hooked up, get a valve in here, get drip run out there, dig some holes, pick up some trees, start turning this place into less of a desert. The drip pipe comes out somewhere over here, but in the last 6 months we got the concrete, we've had a bunch of rainstorms, and I don't know where it is. So I started to mess with the dirt, and I'm like, oh, that pipe must come right here. Did some digging over here. What I'm going to do though is once I get everything connected, I'm just going to turn the water on and blow this out, and it'll figure itself out. It'll expose itself to me. All right, let's go. I'm tired. That's enough work for one day. Come on. All right, I've been out here for the last hour laying this thing in the trench right here. We're at least going to go that way one more time and that way one more time. So I made lots of room. So we're gonna let the thing dry overnight and then we'll pressure test it tomorrow, but I have to work on one more connection. I'll show you that. All right, this is the supply to our pool. I anticipated tapping into this when they built the pool 3 years ago. So I buried this pipe all the way back down to the propane tank. So I need to cut both of these, take this off, put another T going that way so I can shut that off when I need to. I can shut the pool off when I need to. But in order to do that, I have to turn the main off out of the street, which is fine. But after I glue this back together, it's got to sit for a few hours. And I just don't feel like being without water for a few hours tonight. So this is going to be probably Wednesday when I'm off work. All right, so I went up, turned the water off. What I did just now was hook the main water supply to the drip, which is there. This was hooked to the pool, which is there. Pool shut off, drip shut off. Hopefully nothing leaks here, and it'll run underground, go down to that manifold, and then shoot up this direction. And hopefully water will shoot out from underneath my driveway up there at the top, because I know they buried a pipe. I haven't looked really hard, but I looked for a little bit. I couldn't find it, so we'll see how this goes. We'll come back and check on this. I did this on a day where my whole family was gone, so when I turned the water off, it wouldn't affect them. So the main is still off, so I'm gonna go turn the main off and hope this thing doesn't grenade. But I'm gonna put a camera on it so that if it grenades, you guys get to enjoy it. I'm gonna keep both valves off. What that'll do is it'll stop the pressure here and it'll test this part. Then I'm gonna send it over to the pool and make sure the autofill starts working, because after a day like today, it'll be a little bit low, 1/8 of an inch, autofill start working. I also have a spigot there I can test. Then I'll send it down to the tanks and we'll see if that works. Let me hop on my Segway, jam up, and turn the water on at the street. I'll be right back. There we go. Let me know if it explodes. All right, that makes sense, because when I turned the valve back on, it started going crazy. I forgot I left this spigot on, so let's turn that off. So, okay. That made me a little nervous, because the dial started going crazy when I turned the valve on. I'm like, oh crap, it's leaking. She's holding right there. So we're going to turn on the pool side now and go check that. So let's turn it on. Oh, I felt it pressurize. Let's run over here. So that supplies the auto fill on the pool. It also supplies the spigot we have right here, and it supplies the drip to all my trees. So let me rephrase that. It supplies the drip to the trees around the pool. So let's see, we got water here. All right, okay, so this side's good. You know what, I'm gonna do a manual drip because the water's been off for a long time. So we're gonna hit the manual button here. Yeah, we'll send some fresh water to these guys. They've been dry all day with that water off. Now, what I'm gonna do is crack open the driveway drip side. Eventually, we're gonna have valves all over this place. In the last house I lived in, within a matter of a few years of moving there, I had planted and put drip on over 50 trees. Now, we've been here 4 years, and I just have taken my time. We've done other stuff because we had other projects to do, the pool, the cement, the grading, all that stuff. But now it begins. I need to plant some trees. So we'll turn on this side. Hopefully this won't blow apart here. There it goes. Now, this should send water down to that manifold. Oh, I hear it up here. We're looking to see where, look, there it is. So this is where they buried the pipe underneath my driveway. We'll go turn this off so it don't cause a flash flood, but obviously the water's coming out there. It found itself. It's buried under here. It's connected here. Let's look for drips. Let's look for leaks. This is a T because I'm going to run drip this way and put trees around the outside of the driveway. I'm going to go ahead and shut off the drip side now, which is what we intended. We're going to come back to that later. All right, so let's turn this on. I'll show you where the water comes out. All right, we got our cap. Gonna let it dry for a few hours and we'll pressure test it and see what's up. It's muddy, Maui. Maui, it's mud. All right, this is an epic day. I love trees. When you live in the desert, trees and greenery give you the feeling of civility. So we've been here now for almost 5 years. I've not planted any trees other than what we paid Moon Nursery for these 3 palm trees and the 3 pygmy palms. That's it. So today's day number 1. I found these sycamores at a local nursery, brought them home. You see in the video I ran drip. All right, it is July 27th, 2025, and last year you saw me burying some line out there, all in anticipation for this year. You've seen us buy this place, a dirt lot with a house, and we've done everything you see here except the exterior fencing, all the cement, all the perimeter fencing, the pool, all the improvements on the other side of the house. We have a huge, grandiose design for this place. When you're going to do your drip, put your drip in place first and get it up and running before you buy your plants. That's rule number 1. But when you're shopping with mama and you see 4 sycamore trees for sale really cheap. You buy them and bring them home. Then you got to finish your drip. So in the meantime, you got to keep these things watered. So this is my little makeshift drip I got going. And every day I come out here and turn it on for about an hour. So I was out again today and the lady had 4 more of these. Now these are from the same batch. Look at, that's from getting watered every day. This is from getting minimal water. See how they're kind of yellow? So what I've got going is I just got home. These things are dried out. They've been in the back of my car for an hour driving home. I laid them down when I drove. So I have this little makeshift bucket with a hole in the bottom, and it's feeding these plants at a slow enough rate they can absorb this in the roots. So I'm going to determine where I want these trees all the way around, and we're going to plant those next. All right, so that's what I'm working on today. Been working on this video for over a year, just capturing moments in their time when I get them done. Let's get back to work. I get the drip hooked up first, and then I start dripping where I want to put the hole for a day or two. And here's one right here. I'm going to also add some water. This will be the first plant that I've planted on our property since we've been here almost 5 years now. This wind never gives up, man. And as I was trying to rescue the camera, knocked over my whole project here. Might look corny, but I'm going to show you. You can see the direction of the wind. I have it angled into the wind a little bit, and it'll help it. I'll end up getting it to grow straight, but during its young life, I have to do this, and then I have to secure it with stakes and straps. One more for good measure. But that's tree number 1. Tomorrow I'm going to plant number 2 here. There you go. So I have it set to run 5 minutes, and it's going to run 4 times a day to water that tree. I didn't want to put that tree in the ground with a bunch of dry dirt because it's so dry here, it could shock that tree. So I want to make sure I put the tree in the ground with the same amount of moisture that they've been getting over here, sitting here for 2 months. And we'll go take a look at that. So these trees were on sale 2 months ago. I got all 8 trees for $400, so they were $50. They're normally $65 each, and they were about 1.5 foot shorter at the time. It just sits here and it drips, you know, all day, and it keeps these plants alive. I did pull one out of sequence, so here's how we fix that. The way I have the end of the run stopped is I use a pair of vice grip. I just clamp the hose shut, and I have 8 drips in here. So what I'm going to do is advance one further and pinch it off at number 8. So let's do that. And put everybody on a new one. Make sure we're not breaking any. Everybody gets advanced like that. Pinch this off here between number 7 and number 8. And let's restart the drip. We'll do number 2 tomorrow, and then I'll catch up with you guys when they're all put in there. I got to get these out of here so I can get this trailer out here. All right, we got 3 in the ground, and the ground is always the challenge. Well, it's hot out here too. It's summer, it's 100 degrees. So I come out, dig a hole, plant a tree, go back inside. This one accidentally let get blown out because I'm pre-soaking it to dig. I was gonna do 8 all the way along, but it's just gonna be too much, and it's gonna interfere no matter what I do. When our propane guy backs up, he doesn't drive on here. He backs up to the gate and he pulls a hose all the way there, and he pulls it right through here. So any other configuration than the one I have with the 5 trees puts a tree right in this area, and then he's just gonna have a hard time getting down there. So I'm gonna put 2 boulders highlighting his path, no tree, and I'm actually gonna make him some steps down to the propane tank. So we're gonna do 5 along the outer radius, and then we're gonna do 3 on the inner part, and it'll line up perfectly with the last one in this series, the middle one in this series, and then the first one in that series. Again, I'm going to angle it that way, even though the wind's coming from this direction today. It's only does that about 10% of the year. So like this one, I'm going to angle it this way. It looks dumb, but you'll see it's going to work. Take some time. Now I backfill the hole with water and dirt at the same time, because the last thing you want going in there is dry dirt. This will be fun. All right, I'm down to 3 trees. I just got done planting all 5 of the trees to the outer radius of my driveway. You enjoying it? It's a nice day out. It's a beautiful September afternoon, 2025, and we're in the back with the grandbaby swimming, and I'm out here working and then going swimming to beat the heat. So we have them all 5 spaced apart perfectly, and now I'm working on the other side here. I went ahead and got this valve in, and I just glued the whole thing about an hour ago, and I'm letting it sit, and then I'll hook up the drip, and I'll drip the 3 holes where the new trees are going to go for the next day, so it'll be easier to dig those holes. See how all that dirt's wet? I had to come out here for a day and a half and keep filling up this hole. It's like cement. What is it? So when I'm working in the yard and I'm over here by the faucet, he comes over here and waits for me when it's hot like this, because he wants me to hose him off. And that's what I look like with my dad bod. What are you doing? Come on. All right, so I just got done doing this other side, and I put together the manifold over here, and the whole thing blew apart and the water was running all the way up there. So I put a valve in here so I could turn this on or off. So let's test the pressure. All right, It's holding, baby. Just seems like there's a lot going on with all these fittings to get to the end there. I just kind of remember when I had my other house 6-7 years ago, I don't think I had all that stuff in there, but you have to have a pressure regulator when you're running drip. Otherwise, you're just going to blow. That cap's just a compression fitting. You just shove it on there and it stays. So we're going to keep this side off. Maybe tomorrow. It was my plan today to get the dripping in the areas I want to dig holes, but it's going to have to wait. All right, boys off to karate. I was coming out here to finish this drip, this side over here, and it's been raining all day. I mean, it's really cool. Like, look, we never have this here. Never. Well, I guess we're having it today. Just beautiful. All I got to do is plant 3 more trees, plug the line in, plug the emitters on, and then I want to bury all of the drip hose on both sides. Don't you go digging in my mud, okay, boy? Don't you be a mud dog. A mud dog. You just relax there, crossing your legs.
Back in black, I hit the sack. Too long gone, yeah, I'm glad to be back. Let loose, breaking the news. Hanging on, baby, I ain't no fool. Looking at the sky, it gets me high. Forget the hurts, 'cause I'll never die.
Oh, hey, you guys are still here. Hey, look, what if I told you that 90+% of you are not members? You're watchers, but you're not members. If you like the videos I put out, can you go ahead and click the subscribe button? I'd like to see more of you guys become members of my unique club, my subscribers. So click subscribe. Go ahead. It's not going to hurt that much. And I'll see you on the next one.